What if the chilling rumors of human-stocked containers beneath the waves were more than just conspiracy theories? Brace yourself as we dive into a world where this disturbing phenomenon is a grim reality. Imagine waking up tomorrow to breaking news. Thousands of shipping containers filled with human cargo have been discovered in the depths of our oceans. The world as we know it would be turned upside down. But how exactly would this shocking revelation ripple through our society? Let's start with the obvious. Public outrage would explode, forcing governments worldwide to implement stricter maritime regulations and intensify container inspections. Ports would transform into fortresses, with advanced scanning technologies and teams of specially trained inspectors scrutinizing every container. But here's where things get interesting. This heightened security could inadvertently cripple global trade, causing economic shockwaves that reverberate across industries and borders. But wait, there's more. The discovery would spark a technological revolution in container tracking. Think beyond simple GPS. We're talking about cutting-edge sensors that can detect human presence, measure oxygen levels, and even analyze DNA traces. These smart containers would become the new standard, completely reshaping the shipping industry. But at what cost? And who would bear the burden of this expensive overhaul? Now let's dive deeper into the unexpected consequences. The oceans, once seen as vast and unknowable, would suddenly become the focus of intense human activity. Imagine fleets of high-tech submersibles and autonomous underwater vehicles scouring the seabed for evidence. This unprecedented exploration could lead to remarkable discoveries, not just of human tragedy, but of new marine species, underwater resources, and even ancient shipwrecks. Could this dark chapter in human history inadvertently usher in a new age of oceanic research and exploration? But there's a flip side to this underwater gold rush. The sudden increase in deep-sea activity could have profound effects on marine ecosystems. Noise pollution from search vessels, disturbance of seafloor habitats, and the potential release of hazardous materials from recovered containers could all contribute to ecological upheaval. How would this impact already vulnerable marine species? And could it accelerate the effects of climate change on our oceans? Let's surface for a moment and consider the psychological impact. Coastal communities and maritime workers would find themselves on the front lines of this crisis. The constant possibility of discovering human remains or evidence of trafficking could take a severe toll on mental health. Could we see the emergence of a new form of PTSD specific to maritime work? And how would this affect our collective relationship with the sea? As the world grapples with this crisis, new fields of study would emerge. Container forensics could become a cutting-edge discipline, combining elements of criminology, engineering, and marine biology. Universities might rush to offer specialized degrees, while law enforcement agencies establish elite units dedicated to solving these underwater crimes. But could this also lead to a dangerous arms race between authorities and criminals, with traffickers developing ever more sophisticated methods to evade detection? Speaking of criminals, let's not forget how adaptable they can be. As traditional container trafficking becomes nearly impossible, we might see a shift towards even more insidious methods. Could we witness the rise of submersible crafts designed specifically for human smuggling? Or perhaps a network of underwater way stations, hidden in the vastness of the oceans? The cat-and-mouse game between law enforcement and criminals could reach new levels of complexity and danger. On a global scale, this crisis could reshape international relations. Countries might form new alliances based on shared maritime borders or shipping routes. We could see the emergence of a new UN-like body specifically focused on combating oceanic human trafficking. But could this also lead to conflicts, with nations accusing each other of negligence or even complicity in these crimes? As we surface from this deep dive into a world plagued by underwater human trafficking, we're left with more questions than answers. How would this dark reality change our relationship with the oceans, global trade, and even our fellow humans? And perhaps most chillingly, if this hypothetical scenario seems so impactful, what other hidden horrors might be lurking in the depths of our world, waiting to be discovered?